All right, let's do it. How's everyone doing tonight? Really means a lot to us that you're all here. Thank you so much. We're friends here, Ruckus. We don't play very much these days, but we have a new album, so we thought we'd do it. This is the first track on the new album.
I swore was my last question. The sacred spaces, was the basis for the places we thought we should be. When I swore I had a friend. That I use for the refuse that is littering on your clothes. Orient is dead and gone. Something in it still belongs to me. The bright night that I see, high time on the braggers drag their boats down to the water. She dragged down to drown each and every brown red-eyed water. The silverfish, they dish their skins. The Saturday raid begins. Pitching exoskeletons, revolting, and they're molting. Don't you know, just like that, you can tell where I've been at. On every doormat I've sat, a relic, so delicate. Oh, once hard fighting night, now ruthlessly attune the sight to see. A shotgun telegraph with a hot laugh as we cruise through the sinews, connecting all of your clues. The blinds they clap for the napping overheated tangles. Daytime they climb high until the dust sucks out all that it mingles, melting with the blacktop lawns on a bed of poems and songs, immersed in the universe of all grand proms and sitcoms. Sun lake and in between, perpetually like Halloween. But I saw you in the dormitory with the warming glory of the harvest. The pilings of the night, they're wilding out, where their forms are the largest. Feeling about half as vicious as all the silver fishes crawl. If I truly am a coward, and if you fear coward, I'll be damned. If I were that gorgeous blur, I'd be. In the washcloth that I use for the refuse that is littering all of your clues. Tripped up on the alley weed, through which I elbowed a knee. The bottle of my beer emptied, and I was warm and fluid. The body is a bottle, I guess, and I would like to throttle, yes. Mottled skin, spilling sin, a holiness so stupid. It's the heaven that I long to see, the undone linearity that I've proven. All the love I tried to show, it's buried where those buildings glow in ruin. Thank you so much. Just a little more guitar still. Wow, thank you. Let's keep that going for Fred Thomas. Literally, my favorite songwriter, legend, absolute legend. The Blues Cusies, two of our favorite musical artists in the world. Wow, how have you guys been? So, our last record was called Enter the Kingdom. We released it here literally 7 years and 1 day ago. That's strange how that happened. We've been pretty good. It's been a long time. That's not like a monolithic amount of time. A lot of ups and downs, I'd say. Right, Zach? Yeah, we're still standing. You guys are still here. Congrats on that. We're gonna bring our good friend Pete Ballard up here. In the interim, I released 2 solo records that Pete Ballard here played all over one of them, Keyboard Harbor. He's my favorite. All over every nook and cranny. So it's been 7 years. Some of these songs are older than others. I wrote this song when I was living in Corktown before the train station got bought. The train station was right at the end of my street. So this, my storytelling skills are rusty, Dave.
You got it.
Okay, that show 7 years and 1 day ago was like my 3rd date with my now wife. And our son's about to turn 1, but so that's his name. Some of these songs I wrote right before I met her, and they sound like love songs, but I was really lonely and I was manifesting. I was putting it into the universe. So I wrote this before I met her, but it was about her. It's called Everywhere But Beside You. Summer sticky sickness and one Jehovah's Witness knocking at my sticky summer door. Just swishing beer and wishing I weren't still living here. Nowhere else I think I might like more. Guy in the alley, screaming open alley about some money that somebody owes. Well, I've been going a long time owing a debt to someone I don't even know. There wasn't much to say the day I met you. There wasn't much to do all summer long. But I could tell from the moment it fell, everywhere up beside you felt wrong. So hold on a second and tell me what you've reckoned about the night we spent on the floor. Duplicate the house key you forgot. Scavenge through the drive-thrus every morning. Having slammed the cupboard, I hit that northern suburb where the cashiers at Home Depot know my name. Oh, I duplicated the house key you forgot to leave me, and every cashier last year felt the same. Every cashier last year felt the same. Every cashier last year
This one isn't so new.
Darling, all those of our likeness were born so very ready to live, to die. Well, I know my way through the neighborhoods, the bonus house, the interstate. I know my way to the greatest things we got. Cabinets that leave their sounds, railroad tracks and other towns. I wanna hold to something longer, something nearer, something stronger. At 11:30, the town's alone again. And Amy used to say she loved me, used to be oh so proud of me when she saw her father in my eyes. But after the turn cold and head down either water swimming, the pine shine always dimming, the kitchen panes are pitch dark within. I thought we were only kidding until Father cried. On a year, my only friend, we can take the interstate. Though you know the interstate dead ends, well, it lead us to the milk and honey. Is the promised land just a funny way to say a strangeness never ceases? Timmy, you have baptized me to peace.
We get about 400% more country with Pete's on stage with us, and I'm here for it. Let's play the most country song from the new record, "The Machines of Summer."
Oh, really?
Davey has these fancy tuners on his banjo that he can actually use as like part of the instrument, so he's gonna play the tuners on this one. No pressure. here flew from San Francisco. Someone drove from Ohio. Someone else flew from Charlotte, North Carolina. I think that means we should play more shows so you guys don't have to like use your Delta miles, but thank you so much, that means a lot to us. We'll try to come to you next time. He's pretty good at that. This next song is maybe the first, or the saddest opening couplet I've ever written. It's about receiving a gift certificate to Meyer that expires, which is probably the saddest gift of all time. But it sets up the tone I was going for. I'm really glad this song is finally out. It's called Magdalene, That's Not Your Name. It's been around for a while. These songs, they're like your babies. And they sit in the room for a long time, and then now they're yours. Listen to them once, and then, or listen to them many times. Pete, you gonna play this one? Alright. The gift certificate that you gave me expired today. I was too tired to make it to the Myron White Lake anyway. Well, it's raining like Halloween, like every Halloween since I turned 17. Do you know what I mean? Magdalene,
caffeine. I waste it all, Magdalene. Did you not hear the desperate call, the fog on the mirror, the scream in the hall? 'Cause everyone knew and everyone saw. I thought it was you. I was glad I was wrong. The autumn girls keep asking why I'm overdressed. They offered me some medicine and I guess I acquiesced. But lately, this playhouse scene feels vaguely like a broken coke machine. And I'm stuck in between that place and Magdalene.
Thanks, Keith. I'll be back later. Sorry if we take a little longer between songs or forget some words. All of our previous showbiz glitz and glamour is long since dilapidated.
We're out of practice, folks.
Did you guys miss David Jones on the banjo? Sounds like you have a real contingent over here, but not so much over here.
There's some Ipsy people here tonight. Oh, there's one right there. Hi, buddy. How long you been there? Oh, okay.
Zach is rosining up his bow, so this is gonna be a good song.
I held 3 strands, but I lost one. Dark as the land surrounding Boston. On the train that back scratched the windows, the backs of the houses pulsing, the rain blows. That sick man so shiny in his soul doubled over like a water pump. He was dribbling out from his nostrils onto his ankles, leaning like a crest. Yeah, the thaw had already begun. We could hear the earshot from your cabin, rolling boldness, your cheeks purpled and pink. There in the coldness of some sort of instinct. Oh, the fluency, me with my hands cupped, catching currency that you made hear of the quiet of the spilling right after the spilling. Why it was chilling or hot with the ceiling. I see your stature when you're breathing and turning, smoking the black blur as if something's burning. Remember the bracelet all made of sunlight, low skies ceiling of a bunker. and plan of some diner we found there. So my brother and I saddled up some horse and watched the snow thin in the vine. Nothing will die, rattle me so coarse. Will it leave me written on it? Will it leave me written on it?
Thanks, man.
Will it leave me written on it? In Ontario, in Ontario, in Ontario,
Thank you. This is I think the undisputed pop hit of the new record in terms of, I don't know, in terms of nothing really, but it's about Clarkston, Michigan. I think that's a pop hit in the making. Yeah. This song is about the bipolarity that is Michigan summer versus Michigan winter. The verses take place in the dismal, dreary, grim, dire winter that you all know and love. And then for the choruses, we escape to the Clarkston summer. Maybe, you know, cruising with the windows down on the way to a free ticket event at Pine Knob. Maybe it's Eddie Money.
Bring it!
This is called Clarkston Pasture.
I'd rather wear another layer. I'd rather sit in my big coat in my cold living room, cultivate a sore throat, be the only person new who's breathing in the furnace air. I think it's safe to assume, be the only person there. This company is not here, nothing's gonna bring it back. Not another cold beer, not another night back. Blackness all around, hearing out Milky Way, swirling in the white sound. It wasn't just yesterday, your warm breath in my ear. When you're the only person new, when everyone can disappear, I only want to think of you. Clarkston pasture,
it down a notch. Is it okay if we get a little more intimate just for a couple songs? I don't want to freak anyone out.
Freak me out, baby! If you are doing that, yeah, I get that. Like, personal enjoyment, whatever. It's better to have it right here.
Can I get just a little more guitar for these ones? That's like that. That's good.
My family does own some land where the river is wide. At night I see my memories dimly dying on the other side. I know that I am now all bitterness and tar. Anatomy to me is a homesick stomach and a broken heart. Stops in the midnight are like threads I going to bone. I only notice that you're glowing when I'm feeling so ever alone. Drunken with the children now, too many times to complain. Trustful is the mouth I turned to a lustful sopping hole, and now it's nothing but a bathtub drain. Than I ever could have known. Come back to retrieve me sometime soon. If the latter days are ending, then I hope I'm ending too, and buried someplace where your breath tastes new to me and always blowing, so my body's bent and bowing deep into the days ending in summer. The latter days are always panting like a second comer. All the fleshy statues of the city square goodbyes, flinging smooth skin trinities and nakedness up into my eyes. Naked swan-necked girls, your arching backs into the sun. The highway ditches, black clouds split the median, breathing in of all there is of trash pit ponds you bathe, and oh how you all gleam, mindlessly bright where you're wet, your eyelashing, fluid splashing, rapid flashing, canal bleaching green. For me
Alright, one more intimate one. This is one of my favorite tracks from the new record. This is called In the Money.
If there weren't any yesterday, there's many now. Problems and debt collectors in the grass. They slither to the motor of their rattle-shaking ass. Anytime, anywhere. If there's any chance the broken glance was truer than the stare. The faceless fucks in pickup trucks outside your door. We're stuck between the Halloween costumes in the store. I'll find you standing there if I'm ever in the money. Abruptly reappear on you that day. The memories as clear as the snow thaws when it's sunny. Her tears that tell me more than you could say. If there's anything that I could sing that won't turn soft and bloody, well, I heard you say that every day somehow fades. Oh, and there's some place where every trace still wickedly cascades, and I'll find you standing there if I'm ever in the money. Sunlight on your hair and in your eyes, achingly aware of all that's turned so runny. We'll chase it through the morning till it dries. Oh, if there's any way, if there's any how, if there's any way now. I'm going home, I'm smoking my last cigarette. The muffler shop shouting that she's in the city. The North frozen landfill I just can't forget, 'cause it marks the town of my kitty, Orient town. Oh, now Rochester, you son of a bitch, your psyches and streets are tumult awaken. The The awkwardest memories I just can't unstitch. At least they know they're not forsaken in a Orient town. I-75 is the swallower of Christmas. The gloom of its gladness is night on our shoulders, connecting our sorrows like ponds with an isthmus, frozen, covered with boulders in Orient town. The holler of the ghost I have squandered, the snow cone tight, brightly mirrored, false wonder there, that I did follow to the frozen water, as my family stood there and stared at Orient town. Turkish cigarettes in the thumb of the Midwest wind. The sulfur fills the trees on the 4th of July. You and I, we travel the gravel going home. Take me home, baby. Sweet home, home my brother, not one mind homes to another. Take these tones, try to color me. The liquor lotto store, the bathroom floor. See, we unravel like travels, drunk and
I love that song. We don't know it very well yet, and I don't want to mess it up, but I would ruin it for you. Thank you for already knowing songs on the record that came out yesterday, though. That is very heartening.
Really?
I'm not the boy that hurt you, but I might as well be. Eject you or insert you. Motion isn't healthy. I saw you on the weekend. Is there something you wanna tell me? We'll get away for summer, hang out on the Northline. I'll memorize your number, curvature of your spine, bending in the water, sending me a message selfie. I'm not the boy I love you, we can sell if I will. Not the boy above you, standing on the dust hill, vanishing summer, brandishing another beer. I'm not the boy to teach you, years on the subject. I'm not the boy to teach you, or sell you on a fast pitch. I'm just the boy that knows the moment is a glow so near. I'm just the boy that knows the moment as it grows so near. Syrup and saccharin don't really factor in when I'm with Catherine. On the Northline, we're 15 years after the high school braces left. On the Northline, the tectonic boulders and incisors start to shift. On the Northline, cool golf courses strewn in October leaves. On the Northline, the scratch offs and they calls are stolen by nursing home thieves. On the Northline, the McDonald's sign ain't the only pet name we love. On the Northline, on the Northline, you feel like the way you feel today, till a 10-year-old version of you kneels in the dark beach and shows you what is real. Rotting inheritance, plotting some errands with whatever your parents left. On the Northline, you had the physique of a youth travel soccer coach. On the Northline, your hatchback was matte black and sleek in its nightly approach. On the Northline, there's a sense that the denseness of night is colliding with age. On the Northline, there's a sector of town Everyone's home in sweatpants for the series finale of their discontinued fall prime times. There it is, Massachusetts with the colonial toothing. The leaves are burning themselves, so I'm home watching my dad watch the NFL alone. Wish I still had that eternal telephone. I could call you. Yeah, I'll call you. So come on down and visit me. My condition petitions so implicitly. I need you. Yeah, I need you. Stuck inside each birthday gift that I ever got. Stuck inside the sounds they make when they shift and ride. Beneath you, beneath you. 'Cause I want living love and mental access denser than the Hotel Continental breakfast cereal dispenser. Want those eyes you made me, those bedside globes, those orbs. I want your spilled coffee burning my inner thighs, and watermarks that measure my oscillating size when it dries and absorbs. So come on down and visit me. My condition petitions so implicitly. I need you. I need you. Stuck inside the rhythm of your glottal stops. A bottle of codeine and green cough drops. I feed you. I feed you. Everyone's home in sweatpants for the series finale of their discontinued childhood. I wound up in Providence as a second-rate dramatist. I'd write the second act if I just could. So come on down and visit me. My condition petitions so implicitly. I need you. Oh, I need you. I wrote it on the notepad of the suggestion box. I breathe the desperation till the kingdom unlocks.
Thank you guys so much. We have 6 albums at this point, so it's hard to play a spattering. Let's try one with more, like an obscene amount of lyrics that I'm definitely gonna forget. I really, do you guys know the song Careening Catalog in Memorial, anyone? There's way too many lyrics, so if I forget any, just yell at them.
This might be our last song.
What? Oh, it's our last song? On paper?
It's our last song on paper.
Who here typically is in bed by 10 o'clock? I want to gauge our demographic. Would you guys prefer matinees from moving forward?
pretty good.
Just keep going, we'll tell you what this
Okay. The song is about Taco Bell and childhood pornography. Not, the pornography you look at when you're a child. This is when I was a kid, I found a stash of pornography in the woods behind Taco Bell that smelled like WD-40, and that's what this song is about. Part of it.
There's a white limousine with Massachusetts plates, and on the loose its occupants those 90s prom dates green. I tell you my molar, you're my only consoler, you're my midnight buyer in the back of the mire, yeah. My world's a comprehensive private diorama, unpunctuated by any comma you got. I was a clear Valadier, so proud of our new minivan. You know your dad gave all he had, does his best for you just when he can. Greenfield Village and a field trip version of young faces on every person I knew. All the modern dilettantes, they type out their privileges, their moronic fonts and typed out syllogisms. With some get well cards from my date stamp aunt, yeah, I'd frame all that minor fame, but I just can't. When my best friend Doug's brother had some flashy two-seater with a sleepover soda, we just flowed a splashy 2-liter. Stoplights are cherry red or very greenish blue, like the mushy color of the 7-Eleven slushy hue. The liquid, wicked warping. The liquid, wicked warping. The liquid, wicked warping of an ambling ambulance's distancing pitch. I hook my thumb through your belt loop, from which I hitch every twitch you made. What we found stashed in the trashed out woods behind the Taco Bell is why I identify early sex with the oily smell of WD-40 and a blindness to the ways, the kindness behind us, the lukewarm heat lamp buffets. Now we report all our pathos to the food court police, with the pity and the loss grow so shitty and obese and sad. But in Baker's frozen woodlot, with a smiling, sniffling good snot, you tried to wipe her away, but you could not. And the sun's explosion and slow plummet can look so frozen as we glow from it. Outside of espresso with all you wanted to borrow, all I said was I guess so. And I wish I had just granted you that.
Thank you so much. We're going to pretend to go away and then we're going to come back. But you gotta keep clapping or else it'll look weird if we come back.
Excuse me.
If only you knew what you are.
We weren't gonna play this, but you guys seem like you want one more stuff.
Settled world is stirring, I'm blurring in the sunburn, heartbroken, worrying about how the day took such a long time to die. But those reeking women I once had on my side, now that I've found another smell to believe in, buzzing like hell, just to hope I can breathe it, resurrect the simplistic calm in some eyes that are trying to find you or bury your night. It will take time. Lashed by dark lash, rooms where you sleep in, the floors where you crash, and gas stations are pleasantly glowing, thunder rolls for dresses you're wearing, the sweetest recording. You can lay your head on my body. The world's in the night. The disease try to rob me, but all the vegetation, the cell world is stirring. Stillness and calmness are all that I need now. And it will take time.
Thank you. Thanks to Pete Ballard. That's Connor Dotson on the drums and Evan Eklund on the bass guitar. Thanks again to one of my favorite songwriters of all time, Fred Thomas, and an amazing band, Loose Koozies. One last quick one. Thank you guys so much. We love you very much. Sing along if you know the words.
Stars come dim town, my brown eyes wait to weigh us down. Candles round the tub will drown in our afternoons. Music from our evening parlor, darker than the autumn hour. Gave my child $20 for tearing at our moon. My dreams to bleed your blouse. I smile from my sleep to douse horror of the sour. Our boy on dark hills, blurry crawlings, rain blades shaking, porches falling, homes of all his friends just sprawling, withering like flowers. From a boy, no other autumn could destroy the town our winds used to enjoy, whispering our farmlands, tearing moons, these moons are tearing, swearing terror inside their daring, crumbling prayers, dark autumn's faring, straight out of our
You guys want to sing that part with us 2 times? Oh.